Alright everyone, welcome back to a brand new episode of Pokemon Black 2, where we have been slowly but surely getting through all of the Team Plasma stuff, and we're going to continue on in this episode over here, and we can see Kyurem, and we've got these two devices. They are a black and white device. There's a thing over here on each side, and okay, so he's telling us we definitely need to go to this warp panel, so let's go ahead and do it. And, it's Colress. Welcome. I was asked by an acquaintance to help with his research. What I desired is to bring out the entirety of Pokemon potential. If I can't accomplish that, I don't care what it takes. If it means the strength must be brought out by the interactions between Pokemon and trainers, then so be it. If it means you have to use a merciless approach like Team Plasma's and force out all of the Pokemon's power, then so be it. And yes, if an entire world is destroyed as a result, then so be it. That aside, the reason I've been traveling all over Univers battling many Pokemon trainers because I was testing the viability of this approach to bring out the full strength of Pokemon. In that respect, you've done an amazing job. Well now, tell me if you have the answer I desire or not. If you're ready, come at me. Well, that is a surprise. We get to face off against Colress in the Team Plasma setting. It looks like you're ready then. Okay, let us begin. And here we go, against Team Plasma's Colress. I think we all suspected that he was effectively the N replacement. And as an N replacement, I don't think he does a great job, but as a Pokemon trainer with an incredible song for the battle theme, but also generally as a trainer, I think he is an interesting one. I do like that they brought him back in a later game. I think that was needed, especially because I just think that of some of the characters, because he was a newer character and didn't have the same level of impact as someone like Hugh does with the story. You know, I just think that as one of these new main characters, I don't think he fully had enough going for him. If you know what I don't know. Maybe I'm not fully with it there, but it always kind of felt like Colress was just kind of an N replacement, and that was the be-all and end-all of it. And I liked that they brought him back in other, I think, was it only just one game, but they brought him back in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I don't know if he was in Sun and Moon or not, I can't remember. But it was kind of nice to see him back as a scientist moving around. Can we not be paralyzed for, like, 4 turns in a row, please? I think this is going to take us out, actually. Yeah. Dang. You know, I could have full restored, but I was hoping to just get one feint attack off, but we couldn't even accomplish something as simple as that. So let's go for the Aura Sphere. Because we got that in the last episode. And Thunder Wave, that's fine. Because I'll probably... I'm gonna try for a Bone Rush. It's gone for Explosion. Or Self-Destruct or something. I don't know why he would do that. But Kling-Klang's gonna come in. And it floats with an air balloon. I'm going to Revival Herb then, because I don't think this thing can do much to me. I mean, it'll boost up probably a bit. Let's go for an Aura Sphere, because it's not really going to matter. I mean, I don't want its attack to get too high. But I want to break the air balloon, actually. That's really what it is. And We do pop the air, but let's go for a quick attack. I don't think he's going to have a potion. So, there we are. And then Beecham, this is the Pokemon where having Bayonet would have been helpful, but we don't. So, that was one of the Pokemon I was thinking of putting in. But Aragog has a number of uses with some of the Pokemon that we're going to face, and is good against Dark types and Psychic types, and I figured would be someone we're going to want to have. Metang's coming out, that's definitely a Pokemon that we're going to want Plume in for. There's only one Pokemon you want out in this situation, and that is going to be a Fire type, which is another reason why Plume was basically guaranteed in the team. So there we go, up to level 53 as well. You can kind of tell which Pokemon we've been using a little bit more. And the Magneton is out. And if Riley was not paralyzed, I would go into Riley, but Riley is paralyzed. So, and I think we're faster than Magneton anyway. So let's go for the Flamethrower. And there we go, Magneton is down. And that is Colress defeated. There we go. And we have drawn out the power of our Pokemon, most likely, I'm assuming. He'll probably say that anyway, even if we didn't. So strong. You're a very strong trainer indeed, so let me ask you this. Are you thinking of reaching even higher heights by understanding each other as Pokemon and trainer? Yeah. I see, to me that is an ideal answer. To think, that's what you actually believe. You bring out the power of your Pokemon with respect and love. Excuse me for repeating myself, but if it makes Pokemon stronger, I don't care what it takes. If interacting with people or Pokemon can increase their power only to a certain point, then their full strength must be brought out with a scientific approach, even one without a conscious. But now you've shown me a potential of your approach. To me, whether Team Plasma wins or whether you win will decide how the relationship between people and Pokemon should be. So, where will this be settled? Step onto the warp panel on the other side of the room is where Kyurem is being held. Good luck in your battle. Alright, well, it'd be kind of cool to be up here, but also, is he not, like, literally driving the ship places and, like, part of the problem, basically? Because it kind of feels that way. He is literally there as the captain, you know, messing things up. You know, he's the one going around Unova, and looks like he's got the controls. So, unless that is... I mean, he's probably not calling all the shots, because we know who's really calling the shots. It's Getsus. But, anyway, let's head back then. Because I think this is going to get real crazy. And is he going to let us through now? What? You beat Colress? Well, I pretended to be strong, but I don't have any Pokemon. Alright, well, we could have probably gotten past him earlier, but let's go ahead on this warp panel and look who it is. That blasted Colress. The fool is far too committed to pure science. This is how he repays me for making him the boss of Team Plasma. How dare he put his personal intellectual curiosity before our ultimate mission of conquering Unova. How fortunate for you. Few get to be the sole audience member of one of my speeches. Team Plasma will use its knowledge and technology to take Kyurem's true power to its absolute limit and freeze the Unova region. The terrified people and Pokemon will bow at Team Plasma's. No, at my feet. Kyurem is an empty being, the remnants of a certain Pokemon, when it split into Reshiram and Zekrom. My desire is absolute rule of Unova. That's right. Kyurem will be the vessel into which my desires will be poured. Lord Getsus' Kyurem has been transferred. It's finally here. The wonderful era in which I am the absolute ruler of Unova has finally arrived. I'll let you take care of this. Wait, you're one of the Shadow Triad, right? Tell me about the Purloin that was stolen in Aspertia. Very well. This might be it. I stole this Pokemon 5 years ago in Aspertia. So it seems likely that this is the Pokemon you're talking about. But now it only listens to my commands. Such is the fate of Pokemon that are trapped in Pokeballs. What? Don't mess with me. That's someone else's Pokemon. I feel sorry for your Pokemon. They're ruled by Pokeballs and their whims of their trainers. Lord Gatsis spoke of Pokemon liberation 2 years ago, simply for his own ambitions, but if his plans had succeeded, many Pokemon would have been saved. This Liepard, well, you knew it as Purloin. If it had been released, it may have returned to you. Well then. You there. I won't let you interfere with Lord Gatsis' plan. Alright, well we get to battle a Shadow Triad member now. And I have the sneaking suspicion we may be facing more than just this one. So let's see what happens here. I think just go for the Aura Sphere. Let's just take out his They all pretty much just have Dark-type Pokemon, so we can probably just sweep with Riley without really any concern. Absol's coming out next, and then I'm assuming it'll be a Liepard, based on the other... Well, based on the fact that he has 3 Pokemon, and one of them's a Liepard, and we've just seen 2 of them. And nope, it's a Ponyard. Okay. Well, maybe yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. But let's take it out. And Ponyard's down. And there we go. We've taken out one of the Shadow Triad. You're not done yet. Yep, so looks like we're gonna have to face all of them. Let's do it. Let's go for this one first, and we'll go through the rest of them. I can't remember what it was when I did the poll that was going over the different villains in this game of you know, who's everyone's favorite. And I did put the Shadow Triad in there. And I must admit, Shadow Triad, I think, are my favorite. I mean, you know, Getz is the big bad boss. You know, you got Colress and N. But in terms of, I think, the mystery, I really do quite like the Shadow Triad. I think they're really interesting as characters. He has a Bayonet as well. I have no idea what to do to deal with that. I guess Plume's the only one with a Dark-type move. We had a Dark-type on the team, but yeah, that's we've kept that Pokemon around for a while, clearly. And I feel like someone had Crunch, but I mean, I've been forgetting. I've been playing so much Pokemon, I can't quite remember if that's just something I've been playing on the side, or whatever, really. I could be completely wrong. Again, I could be thinking about a game and just playing casually on my own, or another video that I'm working on, or just be completely wrong. So either way, we will be able to take this guy down right here. And there we go, another Shadow down. And we got one more to go. Listen well. The other thing we wanted was the world Lord Getsis desires. Yeah, well, it's not a very good world, is it? I have no problem with you, but this is for Lord Getsis. That is one of the things that I find interesting, is the Shadow Triad, they really are also evil. I mean, like, N and Colress have their own, as villains, they have their own selfish goals, but it's selfish goals that mean that they're, as a villain, they're not just about complete control of the world. Whereas Getsis and the Shadow Triad literally just are. They want to control the world. And that is the only goal, that's the only thing they see. And I must say, I do find that interesting. That you got 2 that are pure evil, and in the between Black and white and black 2 and white 2. You've got 4 villains, and half of them are pure evil and ruled by evil. And then another 2 who are trying to chase their goals and ideals. And that is what's really leading them. I really hope that we can take this Acelcor down with Manny. Also, we still have the amulet coin on Manny, because we haven't found the Nevermelt ice yet. So that is another thing. And we get to go back into Riley and take out this final Poniard and go from there. And that should be the last of the Shadow Triad out of the way. It doesn't bother us a bit if Pokemon are taken, I guess. We'll get our double money as well. Even if I lose, Lord Getsus simply has to win. No matter. The only thing you can do is watch Lord Getsus use Kyurem to freeze Unova solid. That's all. I'll return this Pokemon to you. Considering what Lord Getsus is about to do, I have no further need of it. Hey, Joey. If we let Team Plasma do whatever they want, there'll be more sad Pokemon like Purloin and Kyurem. And I think that's where we're going to leave this episode, because in the next episode, that's exactly what we'll be doing. We'll be going after Getsus. So, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.